Hello everybody and welcome back to my continuation of my book reading of Gulliver's Travels. I'm at chapter 11, which is called GLUBBDUBDRIB and LUGGNAGG. Although the Laputans were kind to me, I did not want to spend a long time in their country. Therefore, I decided to travel to balmy Barbie, to the island of LUGGNAGG, from there to Japan, and then home to England. But before I went to LUGGNAGG, an official I had met in Lagoda persuaded me to visit the small island of GLUBBDUBDRIB. You'll find it a very interesting place, he told me. GLUBBDUBDRIB means the island of magicians. All the important people there are good at magic, you see. The president is the best magician of them all. But I must warn you, he has some very strange servants. They're all ghosts. By using magic, he can order the ghost of any dead person to be his servant for 24 hours, and the ghost must obey. It seemed unbelievable, but it was true. When we arrived on the island, we were invited to the president's palace. His servants certainly looked strange to me. There was a smell of death around them, or about them. When the president no longer needed them, he waved a hand and they simply disappeared. I visited the president every day during my stay, and soon got used to seeing the ghosts. One day the president said, "Gulliver, would you like to call a ghost?" It could be anyone from the beginning of the world up to the present day. You could ask them questions about their lives, and you can be sure they'll tell the truth. Ghosts always do. "That's very kind of you, sir," I replied, and thought very hard for a moment. "First, I'd like to see Alexander the Great, please." The president pointed out to the window. There in the large field was the ghost of Alexander, with its huge army. This famous king lived long ago in Macedonia, in northern Greece. His kingdom covered many countries, from Greece to Egypt, from Persia to parts of India. But he died very young, when he was only 33, and no one knew why. The president called him into the room. "Great king," I said to him, "just tell me one thing. Were you murdered, or did you die naturally?" "Young man," he replied, "nobody murdered me. I drank too much and died of a fever." So in these few words, I had learned one of the secrets of history. I turned to the president, and now may I see Julius Caesar and Brutus. The true Romans took Alexander's place. Brutus, of course, had killed Julius Caesar in Rome on 15th of March, 44 BC. One of the most famous murders in history. It is terrible to die by the hand of a friend. "Great Caesar," I said, "how do you feel about your murderer, Brutus?" "Do not call him that," replied Caesar. "He is a brave good man, the best in Rome, and he did the right thing for Rome by killing me. And that, as in life, he has always been my friend. I cannot remember how many more ghosts I called to appear. I was very interested in their answers to my questions, which often seemed to offer a different view of history from the one I had been taught at school. However, it was soon time to leave GLUBBDUBDRIB and sail to LUGGNAGG, a much larger island to the southeast of Japan. Lugnaggians are polite and generous people, and I stayed here for 3 months. I made many friends among them. One day, one of them asked me, "Have you ever seen any of our Struldbrugs?" "I don't think so," I replied. "What's that?" "Well, a Struldbrug is a human being who will never die, but will live forever. If a Lugnaggian baby is born, where the round spot about its left eye, which never disappears, it's a Strelbrug. We have over 1,000 of them in the country. How wonderful, I cried. How exciting. How lucky you are in LUGGNAGG, where a child has a chance of living forever. And how especially lucky the Strelbrugs are. Disease, disaster, and death can never touch them. And imagine how much we can learn from them. I expect they're among the most important people in the country. They've lived through history and know so much, which they're certain to pass on to the rest of us, if I had the chance. I like to spend my whole life listening to the intelligent conversations of these extraordinary people here in LUGGNAGG. Well, of course, answered my Lugnaggian friend with a smile. We'll be delighted if you stay longer with us. But I'd like to know how you would plan your life if you were a Strelbrug. That's easy, I replied. First, I'll work hard and earn a lot of money. In about 200 years, I'll be the richest man in LUGGNAGG. I'd study too, so that I know more about everything than the cleverest professors. I also write down everything important that happened over the years, so that students of history would come to me for help. I teach young people what I have learned, but most of my time I'd spend with other Strelbrugs, friends of mine. Together we could help to destroy crime in the world and begin to build a new and better life for everyone. I had only just finished describing the happiness of endless life when I realized that my friend's shoulders were shaking and tears of laughter were running down his face. I really must explain, he said. You see, you've made a very understandable mistake. You suppose that if someone lives forever, he is young, healthy, and strong forever too. And that doesn't happen. All Strelbrugs have a terrible life. After living for about 80 years, they become ill and miserable. They have no friends and they can't remember much of the past. At that age, the law considers them to be dead. So their children inherit their homes and money. Then they sometimes have to beg to get enough food to eat. They lose their teeth and hair. They forget the names of their families. And the only thing they want is to die. But that's impossible. I realized how stupid I had been and felt very sorry for the poor Strelbrugs. I finally left LUGGNAGG on a boat sailing to Japan. From there I found a ship which was returning to England. My voyage to Laputa, Balny Barbie, GLUBBDUBDRIB, and LUGGNAGG has taken me away from home for 5.5 years. And that was my ending of chapter 11, GLUBBDUBDRIB and LUGGNAGG. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.